Senator Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Secretary, would you consider food and ag to be an important part of the U.S. economy?
Extremely.
Thank you. I agree with you on that. The U.S. food and ag sector is a massive economic force, contributing over $9.5 trillion, supporting over 24 million jobs. So, Mr. Chair, what I'd like to do is to submit a letter for the record. This is a letter sent on Tuesday to the ag committees in both the House and the Senate. It's signed by 27 former and current leaders in the ag sector from all across the country. It's a very bipartisan letter. Folks from corn, pork, milk, grains, renewable fuels, Farm Bureau, former USDA officials from both Democratic and Republican administrations.
Without objection.
Thank you. Secretary Bessent, as you no doubt know, and as this letter points out, farm bankruptcies have doubled. Barely half of all farms are profitable this year. The U.S. is running a historic agriculture trade deficit, which is a sharp reversal from record surpluses. And farmers are paying higher prices for everything, from health care to farm inputs, grocery, and utility bills. And I want to just read you a piece of this letter, which says, consider the impact of the China trade war on soybeans alone. In 2018, when the China tariffs were initially proposed, whole U.S. soybean exports represented 47% of the world market. Today, it's down to just 24.4%. The letter goes on. So, Secretary Bessent, my question for you is, when can farmers expect this turbulence and this chaos to stop and input prices to begin to stabilize or at least come down for them?
Well, Senator, as you know, input prices spiked under the Biden administration. And
Secretary Bessent, when can we expect?
Again, it's market-based, and as someone who, until the end of last year, was involved in the ag sector, I can tell you it was a record harvest. So it is a problem of abundance, but costs are up. We are working to bring the costs down.
Input costs are up, I believe, Mr. Secretary, in large part because tariffs are driving those costs up. And this is causing massive uncertainty and chaos in the farm sector, which is really hurting many farmers in my state and around the country.
Senator, it was very unfortunate that the Chinese decided to use our grape farmers, soybean farmers, as a pawn in trade negotiations. We have the administration's come out with a $12 billion package, and we have guarantees from the Chinese. They bought $12 billion of soybeans just since October. They are committed to buying, not 12 million tons. They will buy 25 million tons for the next 3 years to stabilize the market.
But what is happening for farmers in Minnesota is this constant on again, off again, tariffs on, tariffs off. It is chaotic, it is confusing, and it is destroying our markets. And so
it has nothing to do with the tariffs on.
Well,
tariffs
I think it has a lot to do, and these farmers, sir, believe that it has a lot to do with Trump tariff policy. I want to just, Mr. Chair, if I may, before I close, I want to link this conversation to some of the challenges that are happening in the ag sector and the larger economic challenges in Minnesota caused by the immigration action that is happening in Minnesota right now. Because the truth is that ag country is heavily impacted by this. This mass deportation plan is having a huge impact on the ability of farmers in my state to be able to get access to labor. And I'm talking about people who are here legally. And I know that my colleagues on both sides of the aisle that represent farm country understand you are hearing this from your farmers and ranchers as well. And it is having huge impacts on dairy and fruit and veggies. It is a major problem, not just in the farm sector, but all across my state, where just in Minneapolis alone, separate from agriculture, small businesses are losing an estimated $20 million a week because of customers just not being able to show up, being afraid, workers being unable to go to work because they're afraid of going out. The bottom line here, colleagues, is that this mass deportation plan was supposed to go after the worst of the worst, but what's really happening is that these poorly trained and aggressive agents are breaking families apart. They are hurting children. They are separating from their families. They are targeting and detaining and arresting people that have done nothing wrong, and that is morally reprehensible. And Mr. Secretary, it is reprehensible
Senator,
that you
your
would
time is
blame
up.
Alex Preddy, a U.S. citizen, for his own death shot in the back by these federal
Senator,
agents.
Never
your
blamed
time's up.
that.
Thank